Hello again, it's your friendly neighborhood host, JT Wheatley, back for another episode of the History Comics Podcast, this time with another edition of the classics, and we'll be going to one of the more monumental classics of the 1970s, and that is Green Lantern, Green Arrow. This was a series of stories that started in Green Lantern, Green Arrow number 76, originally just Green Lantern, but they decided to try to up the character sales. They paired him with Green Arrow, his sometimes best friend, frenemy, and so forth. As they go on a more socially conscious adventure, as in the Green Arrow number 76, published all the way back in 1970, an older black man confronts Green Lantern saying, "Why do you use your powers to help all these aliens out in outer space when there's problems here on Earth?" And that results in him and Green Arrow going on a series of adventures throughout the world, addressing many social causes. Some they realize they can't solve, some they try to, and it's highlighting them. In many ways, people have joked this is probably the most woke comics ever got, because it's really where heroes really tackle some real social issues. And there's a nice dynamic, because Green Lantern is kind of depicted as the more standard conservative guy, while Green Arrow is the more liberal, rebel against society kind of guy. And they actually bounce back and forth in a nice way. And they go in the contrast, because it shows, hey, your way is not the best, my way is not the best, but they show that there's some of the issues that we should try to address and some things we can't fix, and so forth. But yeah, it's a great read. Still has some great art and writing, of course, by the great Denny O'Neil, and of course, fantastic art by Neal Adams, who did some of the best Green Lantern, Green Arrow books you'll ever see. And the art in general, just the true legend in the field, and so forth. But yeah, this is a great read. Interesting enough, was not as successful as they originally hoped, because, well, it was a little too political at times. It's since been rediscovered by readers since then, because it was tackling subjects that people were annoying. But yeah, definitely check out the Green Lantern, Green Arrow collection if you can, because that is a true classic today.
Great things are coming on the Nerd Bliss podcast. We're changing up our presentation while keeping the candidness that you enjoy. We'll cover all your favorite shows and movies, with maybe a few surprises along the way. And you, yes you, will have opportunities to be on our show on a regular basis. That's right, you've got the Zoom Pro account, and we're going to use it. So be ready. Find us at nerdblisspodcast.com and esonetwork.com, and on all the socials at NerdBlissPod. Nerd Bliss. Listen up.
Now it is November 25th, 2021. Well, first off, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. And unfortunately, I do not have a favorite comic book of the week, as when I record this episode, I will actually be setting out to go see my family for Thanksgiving, and I don't have time to sit down and record everything. So yeah, that's the downside of choosing to release an episode of this every Thursday. So sometimes you can't quite win that deadline. But I hope everyone has a happy Thanksgiving. Hope you have plenty of turkey and football and have fun times with your family. Try to think of a good comic book to read. And the best I could think of is, Batman The Long Halloween. Yes, it's technically Long Halloween, but there's a great Thanksgiving story with issue number 2 with Solomon Grundy. So definitely check out and read that story. It's a very nice read there for its nice Thanksgiving feels in comic books. And, of course, once again, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. And, of course, when you do your Black Friday shopping the next day, go out and find some good comic books for Christmas gifts, because you can never go wrong with that. And if you can, check out Green Lantern and Green Arrow as a gift, because that is a true classic.